and welcome. Welcome to your breath right now. What's happening in this moment in your body? Where could you find refuge in the presence of this moment? Starting with your breath. Experience your breath as a connection with the present moment. The ability to come home to yourself right now. There's no place like home, and it's right here and now, wherever you are. Find that sense of home, that sense of belonging. And bring it with you when you look at your, um, from perspective, look at how incredibly complicated you are. People like to pigeonhole you. They like to say, oh, you were this way or you were that way. Usually it's them who's that way, and that's the part that they see of you, but that's another subject. Come home to, there's so many different aspects of you. You might think that you're one way, and then there'll be that exception. So this is all to say we have this huge community inside ourselves, inside of what we think of as ourselves. So many needs. You look at a needs list and it's like, oh my God, I've got them all right now. Am I the only one that does that? I don't think so. So look at that list of needs and think of those 80 different needs of having a part of you that's like, yes, that's most important right now. And find some cooperation, find some partnership in being able to negotiate which need in yourself you're going to prioritize. What is most important in this moment? Those parts of ourselves we might call the dark parts or the shadow parts, or just parts that we haven't paid as much attention to lately. Give them some compassion for maybe being ignored, and find some cooperation with this sense of community inside our consciousness. Some cooperation between the different parts of ourselves. And don't lose that sense of I'm home. I'm taking refuge in this present moment. In order to show up for this community of voices inside ourselves, it's important to have a sense of home in ourselves, presence, refuge, as we negotiate all that's going on, all of these needs in this moment. And we can bring that to our relationships, an inner sense of cooperation, of community, of people being able to listen to each other, people being People being able to hear each other's voices from across the world, around the world, starting with our inner voices, going to greatly impact our ability to wish a sense of cooperation in the world, wish a sense of partnership. So we start with our own relationships. Are we able to negotiate those and not what is the word? Not prioritize our needs over others, nor throw everything that's us under the bus, meaning to put our what's important to us aside. Keep this sense of holding in partnership with a sense of cooperation. Everybody's needs mattering, knowing that the strategies are going to be way different. Knowing who we elect is going to be way different. Who we vote for. And reach across that divide to find some commonality, even if it's only in our own world, our own longing for safety, or to be loved, to have our kids safe, to have our loved ones, people that we care about, to have them safe. So as we imagine possibly where we see conflict, where we see people, when I turn on the news, people are saying pretty horrible things about each other. See, it's hard when you're only looking at the news, at least was broadcast in the US, to imagine that there's a sense of cooperation, to imagine partnership with um, all beings in the world, and start with ourselves, start with our own torn parts of ourselves, giving them compassion, giving them tenderness. Come to a sense of refuge of what's going on right now. It's important to move through the world with that sense of, and I have a sense of inner partnership. I can bring that to my work, to my relationships. And to this healing, this caring for each other. And I'm not saying only do the inner work and, if we can't find cooperation inside, forget about outside. I'm saying they're interconnected. It's very, very important to realize that we all have the potential to say horrible stuff, to do horrible things. Humans are not the enemy. Humans are not the enemy. There's inner work that needs to be acknowledged as we're stepping into work situations where we're longing for cooperation. We need to find refuge and presence in our body as we negotiate. Holding everybody needs is mattering and not capitulating to the strongest voice in the room or the loudest voice. The strongest voice could be yours and it could be silence. That could be a pretty strong voice. And I'm extending that out from work to the country, to the world, and to the world. So keep bringing this home to ourselves and sharing it with the world, and with wishes that all beings benefit from our inner work and not waiting. We don't wait until the inner work is done before stepping into the world and negotiating the outer world as well. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for the prompts. I really appreciate it.